Good morning, SKN. I'm Andre Cunningham.
And I'm Cortensia Carty, and it is indeed Friday.
Indeed, it is. Corty, did you see that pileup of traffic on your way here this morning?
No, I'm blessed.
You didn't?
I don't ever end up in those things.
Listen, I don't know why they call it rush hour when nothing seems to be moving.
Indeed. So, are you looking forward to the long weekend?
I am definitely looking forward.
But are you working on the weekend?
Yes, I am.
Oh, so your weekend's not going to be as long as mine. So I definitely have a long weekend.
Lucky you.
And I sure for those whose work weekend today, they are looking forward to it. We have a long one indeed. And we will begin our Friday morning with local news. This one comes from SKNIS. Through the Electrical Inspection Division, the Public Works Department is tasked with carrying out electrical inspections of all newly built homes in St. Kitts and Nevis. This was mentioned by the Director of Public Works Department, George Gilbert, during his May 24th appearance on In Focus. Director Gilbert said that although the division is about 10 years old, many people are unaware of its function. He said, unquote, whenever there is a new property or house being built, before you get your permanent electrical connection, the inspectors would have to go out and pass your building. After this, the St. Kitts Electricity Company, SCELEC, would actually install the permanent meter, end quote. He explained that an application must be sent to SCELEC, who would then inform the Electrical Inspection Division. I never knew that.
I didn't either.
Wow, I thought you just get your lights, but hey, there's a lot.
And still on the local scene, this one comes to us from Win Media SKN. Director of the St. Kitts Public Works Department, Mr. George Gilbert, said efforts are being made to ensure the return of students and teachers to the official locations of the Irishtown Primary School, Joshua Obadiah Williams Primary School, and the Bastille High School. However, no projected dates for project completions were mentioned. Mr. Gilbert explained that there is continued work being done on the Irishtown Primary School. The Public Works Department has undergone a significant portion of work to improve the safety and security of the school. Mr. Gilbert, however, explained that well-needed structural work had to be done before the return of teachers and students. The Joshua Obadiah Williams Primary School was relocated to the Explorers Club headquarters in Phillips's, St. Kitts since the fire incident in March 2022. Through the initial expectation was that the school would be quickly repaired and teachers and students reoccupy the space, a decision for a more enhanced project was deliberated upon and approved. Mr. Gilbert said the location will now have a modern structure. As it relates to the Bastille High School, the Director of Public Works advised that the bucks rest with the Ministry of Education in determining what exactly their needs and desires are for the outlying or structure of the facility. Mr. Gilbert informed that a call for tender is currently being advertised.
I saw that picture and it brought back memories because Bastille High School is my alma mater, and I'm actually looking at the upstairs. I remember when I was in fourth form, I said, I want to be on the upstairs class. And in third form, I didn't do so well. Right. And in fourth form, my mom said, you better come out to that class you in. So in fifth form, I was in the second class, excuse me, at the top. So seeing that brought back some memories. So I really hope the school is rebuilt as soon as possible so others can enjoy it like we did back then.
It's a beautiful school.
Yeah, it was. Because it does not look like that anymore.
It does.
Sad to say. As we continue now, this story comes from SKNIS. The Solid Waste Management Corporation, the SWMC, welcomed its new general manager on Wednesday, the 24th May 2023, at the Solid Waste Management Conference Room. Nelvin Maynard has been named the new general manager of the corporation and is backed by a 7-member board of directors. Maynard, who has a vast background in accounting and business management, is essential to the solid waste management company's bid to becoming financially viable. According to Honorable Dr. Joel Clark, Minister of Environment et al., under which operates the Solid Waste Management Corporation. She said the ministry is strategic in putting at the helm of the corporation and the board the new leadership which comes from government financial departments, and that it is important to acknowledge the need for the Solid Waste Management Corporation to be intentional about making a financial pivot so that the institution could better serve all the residents of St. Kitts with efficient disposal of household waste and cost-effective industrial and residential waste disposal.
Some beautiful trucks there.
I'm happy for the progress of solid waste.
Indeed. And here's what's happening with our local weather report. This morning it will be partly cloudy with a high of 86 and a low of 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Currently outside it is 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Take a look at your weather forecast. Stay with us. Much more when we return on GMSKN.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and we now continue with the latest in regional news. This one comes to us from our friends at Loop Caribbean. The Caribbean was well represented at the prestigious Royal Horticulture Society 2023 Chelsea Flower Show in the United Kingdom, where Grenada, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago were each awarded a gold medal. Grenada's exhibit in the floral category, called Tribute to Grenada's Greenery Reserves, captured a gold medal. The High Commission for Grenada in the United Kingdom in a post said this is Grenada's 16th gold medal to date. Meanwhile, Barbados won its gold medal with a presentation entitled Barbados, Every Blooming Pot, which pays tribute to the traditional art of pottery using locally made clay soil pots to display the beauty of flowers and foliage. And Trinidad and Tobago snagged a gold medal for its presentation, This Our Native Land. Trinidad and Tobago team leader Tony Tankai said the win is even more significant given the loss of the team's design lead, Bernard Beckles, earlier this month.
So condolences to them and congratulations to all three.
Indeed.
And to Grenada for they continued.
Oh yes, they always
continue
shine.
to capture.
Yep.
16, we say. They should have a big birthday party, you know.
Way to go, Spice Island.
Indeed. On the international scene, our story this morning comes from CNN. Rarely seen outside China since a tax controversy threatened to derail her career, actor Fan Bingbing continued her recent return to the limelight with a succession of high-profile appearances at this month's Cannes Film Festival. The X-Men star was pictured at several red carpet events and galas happening alongside the 12-day festival, which concludes Saturday. And while Fan has long represented major Western labels like Louis Vuitton, she instead used the spotlight to showcase lesser known and in many cases Asian designers wearing outfits by South Korean, Filipino, and Vietnamese brands, among others. Making her first appearance at Cannes since 2018, Fan arrived at last Tuesday's opening event, the premiere of Johnny Depp's new film, Juni de Barry, wearing a creation by Christopher Boo. The elegant sleeveless ball gown pictured atop was printed with tigers and a bamboo forest rendered in a style reminiscent of traditional Chinese paintings. With a voluminous train following her down the Palais des Festivals red carpet, she completed the look with an ornate updo hairstyle that might look at home in a Chinese period drama. Well, all her outfits look stunning. This one looks like she's wearing a whole butterfly.
Indeed.
Yeah,
I love to
nice.
see her bing bing.
Bing
She's
bing.
always a standout.
I like that. Fan bing bing.
Bing bing.
Well, folks, there you have it for local, regional, and international news. We have so much in store for you, but you got to stay tuned. So go and tell your friends and your bosses and your aunties and your uncles to turn on their devices, the television at work, so that we can entertain you for the next 2 hours. See you in a bit.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you.
And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Hello and welcome to your favorite day of the week, Friday. It's Infused Friday and you've guessed right, we have another marvelous infused water recipe for you today. Strawberry, lemon and green tea infused water. So let me introduce you to the benefits one can expect from this selection. Strawberries. These potent little packages protect your heart, increases HDL, which is good cholesterol, lower blood pressure and guard against cancer. Packed with vitamins, fiber and particularly high levels of antioxidants known as polyphenols. Strawberries are a sodium-free, fat-free, cholesterol-free and low-calorie food. The bottom line is lemons contain a high amount of vitamin C, soluble fiber and plant compounds that give them a number of health benefits. Lemons may aid weight loss and reduce your risk of heart disease, anemia, kidney stones, digestive issues and cancer. And finally, green tea contains healthy bioactive compounds. These compounds can improve brain function, increase fat burning. The antioxidants may lower the risk of some cancers, contribute to the prevention of type 2 diabetes, and assist in the prevention of cardiovascular disease, also in the protection of the brain from aging and reduce bad breath. Amazing benefits. Let's get infusing. Here are the ingredients. 1 bag of green tea, 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of hot water, 1 lemon halved, juiced and half sliced, a handful of strawberries halved, and ice cubes for serving. Directions. Place tea bag in a cup of hot water, let it steep for 5 minutes, then remove, and let it cool before pouring into a jug or pitcher. Add the remaining ingredients and let it infuse for 30 minutes before serving into a large glass filled with ice. So delightful. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Greetings, my lovely people. I'm Chantel, residing in Taiwan. 12 hours time difference. It's nighttime here, morning time in SK. I'm busy and on the go. However, I always manage to keep up to date with what's happening in SK. All thanks to Good Morning SKN. Good morning SKN. Ciao, bango!
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. Cameron Ordain of the Washington Archibald High School recently won the title of Junior Minister of Tourism for 2023-2024, and after competing against 6 other high school students at the St. Kitts Tourism Youth Congress, she is here on stage with us on Good Morning SKN. Welcome to GMSKN, Cameron.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, pleasure having you.
Absolutely. So, Cameron, tell us, give us a little information on how did you hear about the competition?
Well, my mom came to me and told me that normally they'd have a competition where they'd have us present speeches on tourism, and she asked me if I wanted to join. So then after I confirmed I wanted to join, we went and did like a little audition with me and some other students, and they saw that I was the best fit for the job.
Interesting.
The auditions was between you and your schoolmates, other Wildcats, or it was amongst you and the other schools?
It was amongst me and other Wildcats.
Okay, ooh, I like that. So you stood out.
So, Cameron, the competition is about tourism. Where did your passion and love for tourism started?
Well, the tourism sector is an area where entrepreneurs thrive. And as an aspiring entrepreneur myself, tourism is an area which I'm interested in to start businesses.
Okay.
Awesome.
So what type of business do you intend to start in the tourism industry?
Well, you can't exactly set your mind to starting one business. You have to create a business that will be profitable at that time.
Okay. So you have an array of businesses on your mind for when you get to that stage of life.
Yes.
I like that.
Right. So, Cameron, after you've been chosen for the competition, can you share with us how did you prepare yourself for that competition?
Well, I can't go into too much detail.
Okay, you don't want to tell them. Oh,
it'd be like giving away the secret to the Krabby Patty formula.
I agree.
And we never got that one.
But it was a very innovative way of teaching. And it was like a group effort among the staff.
Okay.
And who were some of the persons that were part of your team? If you can name them so they can get their flowers this morning.
Well, it was Miss Greenaway, Miss Sherry Woods, Miss Boynes, Miss Maynard, and Miss Richards.
Okay.
Shout
Congratulations
out
to those teachers.
And while you were preparing for the competition, did you experience any form of difficulties, or was it easy for you?
Easy peasy.
Well, it wasn't. It was pretty easy.
It was?
The teachers were professionals, and
Oh,
I was willing to do anything necessary to win. So no difficulties.
Okay.
Awesome.
So when you saw your competition on the day of the speech, what did you think, Cameron?
Well, I was thinking about, well, this is it. I have to win, and I have to make my school proud.
I like that. So you went in with the win-win mentality. Nothing scared you.
Not really.
Tunnel focus.
Focus on the prize.
And I saw, before we continue, that your school, they came prepared, so they already knew you would have won, because when you were speaking, and they realized, oh my God, she's so powerful. Even before they announced you as the winner, they got up with their flags and their pom-poms, and they were just supporting you. How did that feel, to have the backing of your school right there in the room with you?
It made me feel happy, and even if I didn't win, I'd have still felt proud that I went and represented my school.
Of course. And Cameron, the topic, building a resilient and sustainable workforce, wellness, tourism, and accessibility in tourism. How did you find the topic?
Find the topic?
Yes. Was the topic one that was relatable? Was it easy to research, or it was one that you find that it's a topic that is happening right here in St. Kitts?
Well, because of COVID-19, obviously the employment in St. Kitts took a huge hit, which is why I chose to focus on building a sustainable tourism workforce.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And when you said you focus on building a sustainable workforce, can I ask you, what do you mean by that, or what do you understand that to mean?
I believe it means that you provide training for people, because in the workforce, there's a lack of specialized personnel for areas. And building a sustainable workforce means that you provide training so that these areas won't go completely unfilled.
Oh my word. No, man, I think, Cameron, you sure you don't want to be a minister of something in the future?
Maybe.
Of course.
But if you were to pick to be a minister of something, what department or area would you venture into?
Well, I'd want to be the prime minister.
All right, she told us.
Go for the top
I like
job,
that. You're right. You're right. Go for the top.
And Cameron, during the competition, there was a mystery question. How was the mystery question for you?
Well, the mystery question, I didn't get to finish my complete answer because the bell kind of
heard the bell, yeah.
But my answer was that, my question was question 1, which was, which message would I use to promote St. Kitts? And I chose that St. Kitts is a nation rich in sun, sand, and history. I got to expand on the history part, but because of the bell, I never really got to expand on the sun and sand part.
Okay.
Well, Cameron, if you didn't get to finish your response and you actually won the competition, can you imagine if you had actually given the chance to finish? You would definitely be not only crowned, but
Exactly. So Cameron, can we get a little piece of that speech, since you only got to give the history part?
The full answer?
If you can, share a little.
Just a little tidbit for those who would have missed it.
Okay. Tourism is of paramount importance. Therefore, as Junior Minister of Tourism, the message I would use to represent St. Kitts is that we are a nation of sun, sand, and history. We have no shortage of national treasures, such as Brimstone Hill and Black Rocks. These treasures will draw visitors not only interested in experiential tourism, but heritage tourism as well. Additionally, most of our tourists come from areas with cooler climates, so our sun and sandy beaches are a fresh experience to them. if we advertise this would lure these visitors to our destination. Thank you.
Ooh.
Awesome. That was good. High five.
I know. I'm too far for high five, but high fives over there. That was really good.
Indeed.
You are going to represent us in the regional competition, right? How are preparations coming? Are you ready?
Definitely. I feel confident in my ability to win.
So you're bringing back that trophy home. I hope I'm not putting too much pressure on you already.
No, it's fine. I intend to win.
Okay. Ooh. You're so humble with it. I like that.
Of course. And who are some of the teachers that's helping you preparing for the regional competition?
Well, I believe it's the same teachers that prepared me before.
Okay.
And what are some of your plans for the 2023-2024 position as the St. Kitts Junior Minister of Tourism?
Well, I hope they'd involve me in certain decisions involving the tourism sector so that I'd learn how to do these things at a young age.
Okay. And how important do you think it is that the government is involving the youth in tourism?
I think it's very important. As the youth, after they go out, it's us that has to take up the mantle.
Of course. Of course.
Next time,
Yep.
she's ready. Ready. I like that.
And listen, Cameron, I'm sure the Minister of Tourism, Miss Marsha Henderson, is watching you this morning. That's your camera. Do you have anything to say to the minister this morning? Say it to her right there. Yes, man, you must have something to say to the Minister of Tourism. Anything, she's listening.
Well, I hope that she'd allow me to join in on some of the decisions, and I hope she continues to keep up the good work.
Awesome.
That
there
is
you
so
go.
sweet. That is so sweet. So, Cameron, what's next for you?
Well, after winning the competition, I'll have to see what comes next.
Ooh, she definitely. Ooh, look at that trophy. Do you get to keep that big one, or you only get to keep the plaque?
I believe you only get to keep the plaque, and the trophy goes to the school.
Oh, it's rotating. So you guys are looking forward next year to bringing that to Wash. You see what I meant? Even before the bell and everything, they were like up and waving and celebrating, and just that's good. I know Miss Sargent is probably proud, and Miss Boynes and everybody else. And Miss Greenaway taught me, you know. She taught me. Yeah, she taught me. That's how long Miss Greenaway has been teaching. Yeah, her and Mr. Greenaway both taught me in Bastyr High School. So we're so proud of you here at Studio 327. Congratulations once again in everything that you endeavor to do and continue to do. And when I'm older, it's my turn to vote for you. You got my vote, okay?
You got our vote.
All right.
Thank you.
Indeed. You have anything else to ask, Cameron?
Nope, that's about it. She covered it all. I'm speechless.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Ms. Cameron Ordain, the winner of the local Tourism Youth Congress here in St. Kitts, and she will go on to represent us in the Regional Youth Congress. So when you see her anywhere about, just give her the best wishes and wish her the best of luck. And let us ensure that by supporting her, she will bring us back the winnings from the regional competition. Your Junior Tourism Minister for 2023-2024, Ms. Cameron Ordain. Stay tuned. Much more after this short break.
Welcome to another Infused Friday, and we have another amazing infused water recipe for you today, which is mango, papaya and pineapple. So let's get into just some of the benefits of this fine selection of fruit. Mango juice is full of potassium and magnesium, the two compounds that regulate blood pressure in the body. Consuming mango juice daily can help one keep fit and maintain blood pressure and keep hypertension in check. Drinking mango juice also makes sure there is enough fluid in the body to keep it balanced. Did you know that mangoes are good for your eyes, improves immunity, great for digestion, helps fight cholesterol and may burn fat and reduces acne? Papayas contain high levels of antioxidants, vitamin A, vitamin C and vitamin E. Diets high in antioxidants may reduce the risk of heart disease. The antioxidants prevent the oxidation of cholesterol. When cholesterol oxidizes, it's more likely to create blockages that lead to heart disease. And finally, pineapple, rich in vitamin C and manganese, which promotes healthy bones. Pineapple is packed with disease-fighting antioxidants. Thanks to the antioxidants, pineapple has cancer-fighting properties. In addition, pineapples can aid digestion and assist in weight loss. Now for the ingredients. You need 1/4 cup of papaya, 1 cup of mango, 1/4 cup of pineapple, 1/2 cup of ice and 12 ounces of cold water. Directions: wash fruits well, chop and slice ingredients and add to a large jar or jug of iced water. Stir and serve in tall glasses. Refreshing. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
What will it take to grab the attention of someone with the power to make your dream come true? 7 hopeful entrepreneurs in search of the finances necessary to take their ideas to the next level.
This is their lives, right? This is their business.
4 savvy business owners ready to make a pragmatic investment.
You can't help people if you can't help yourself. First, you make the dollar and you give the dollar.
Why you take your business offline?
I really feel that you need to do a little bit more research.
Very knowledgeable. Super knowledgeable.
You have a great idea and a great concept. I think you'd be snapped up by Disney.
If you have a job someplace, it means that if something is not working, you can walk away.
Who will invest?
Let's do this. Let's do this.
Thank you. And who will be sent home with nothing? I am your host, Kevin Hope.
Yo, what up? It's your boy N Richie right here at Studio 327. I'm here to give you the promo that you guys need because this is something special for St. Kitts. I'm telling you, tune in to Good Morning SKN, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on YouTube, Facebook, and on Moment Channel 4. Also, I realize nobody else is doing this. Follow the Good Morning SKN Instagram at Good Morning SKN and the Studio 327 Inc. Instagram. Follow us on YouTube and Facebook. This is pretty long, but follow us and yeah.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. On the 19th of May, the St. Kitts Society of the Blind hosted its Experience My Pain activity in an effort to give persons a first-hand experience of some of the challenges the blind and partially sighted face when navigating the world. A few weeks ago, we spoke about the event with Mr. Rockcliffe Bowen, President of the Society of the Blind, and Mauricio Brown, Coordinator of the Disability Services at the Ministry of Youth Empowerment Empowerment, Aging, and Disabilities. Mauricia joins us again today, but this time she's joined by two members of the St. Kitts and Nevis Association of Persons with Disabilities. They are Deontay Foster and Cranny Cranston. Good morning to you three, and welcome to Good Morning SKN. Welcome back to Mauricia.
Welcome back.
Oh, pleasure having you this morning. So I will jump right into it. And Mauricia, I'll start with you. Give us an overview of the entire event, because I was only there for the last leg.
Well, last Friday, we all started at the ferry bus terminal. The Honorable Ministers, Honorable Iselin Phillip, Honorable Marsha Henderson, and Honorable Samuel Duggins, they all came, as well as SKNIS and members from our ministry and the Society for the Blind and the SKNAPD. Yes. They came, and what we did was the ministers, they had different areas to walk. The Honorable Duggins walked from the ferry bus terminal to Ram Supermarket. The Honorable Henderson, she walked to the museum. Okay. And then Honorable Phillip, she went to the post office. Okay. And then we had two officers from the ministry walked from the post office to the Domino's Pizza, and then we finished with yourself and Sister Cynthia and the director for youth empowerment at the Cable Building. Mm-hmm. And so, you went to Republic Bank. Yeah, boy. Sister Cynthia went to Flow, and the director for youth empowerment went to Digicel.
Pinocchio was in there. Did you follow Sister Cynthia as well? Did he go to the same place?
Yes. Okay. Yes, I didn't know he was going to actually participate, so I was very grateful that he did. Okay, I thought he was just going to be support. Okay. So when I saw him started to walk, I was like, okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yes. And Deontay and Cranny, being a part of the walk, can you share with us some of the personal highlights that you had?
Well, it was
How was it for you personally, the walk?
Me, it was good, but challenging, a little bit challenging for me, because of the sidewalks, and it's a little bumpy, and it's not flat, and for me, I wear prosthetics, so it's a little different, and just walking on the prosthetic side and it's on a slope, it's more uncomfortable. So yeah.
Annie?
The challenges that were faced during the walk is basically the issues that we face as persons with disabilities who are blind and visually impaired, bumpy sidewalks, sometimes the pole. When you're walking, the pole is in your way, so you might butt into it. It's extremely hard for persons in wheelchair to maneuver around in the town area.
Yes. Okay.
Interesting.
So, any highlights for you guys? What were the most enjoyable parts of it, Cranny? I'm gonna start with you this time.
One of the most enjoyable parts were seeing the reaction of Sister Cynthia and Pinocchio.
I could only imagine.
Of course.
Basically, it's an experience of how you do it, and to see how somebody who is visually impaired have to trust someone who is leading you, and sometimes it's very challenging to trust someone to lead you, but you have to face it and give your all into it.
Yes, indeed.
Indeed.
Deontay, your highlight from it?
For me, challenges is my challenges would be to oh my God.
Okay. Okay, so the challenges are giving you a bit of trouble now. So let's talk about the highlights. What did you enjoy about doing the entire process last week, or helping some of us, because you helped me, and I'm sure you helped others. And I was surprised that you said you did the entire thing with prosthesis, because at one point after you had helped me, I heard you say your feet's hurting, and that's when I know you had on a prosthesis, because I didn't know before. So I definitely tried my best to empathize, because I'd be like, oh my gosh, she must be in so much pain. So what was your highlight?
Well, my highlight would be I did help you. I helped
Honorable Philip.
Okay.
Who else did I help?
One of the officers, maybe?
I don't know. But on a high note, like just helping them, have them to see what it's like.
Oh yeah.
To can't see, and to just to show them how important someone who is physically blind or visually impaired is, how challenges it is for them, and
to move about,
for basically anyone who in a wheelchair, you name it.
Indeed. And Marisha, do you think the exercise was, how should I say, the mission was accomplished, so to speak?
I think so.
You think?
I think it was a start. So we hope to do it again next year. And we hope to extend our invitation to more persons, including persons in the private sector.
Yes.
But, even we spoke about some pastors, including.
Yeah.
And I saw a few of persons I know, friends, and I met them and said, your turn next year. So I think it was well received. I went to the supermarket the following day and overheard somebody talking and said, yesterday they had the blind walk. And they got the name wrong, but I understood what they were talking about. So for the fact that it was the first time of that sort, because remember in December they also have a what's the walk called?
Walk in my shoes.
Walk in my shoes, which is similar, but but they also have earplugs, or you use a wheelchair. But this one was specifically just for blind and visually impaired. So for the fact that it was the first time, I think so.
Okay, so we have a video, guys. We're going to take a look at the experience, my pain, and some of the experiences that some of us went through last Friday.
I know. You're good? That's one of the plans.
Also with my dominoes.
Yup.
I can smell the pizza.
Yup. I ain't gonna walk you by the tree. I don't want to scare you.
Now empathize with those folks who are visually impaired, as I can say. And for those who have diabetes, take care of your eyesight. Don't lose it. You have a chance to fix the ailment that you have, fix it.
So the St. Kitts Society for the Blind today hosted a walkathon, and to share with us her thoughts on the entire experience is our very own Hortensia Carty. Hortensia, how was the experience for you?
Oh my, it was hard. Listen, our sight is important and we take it for gratitude. I almost bumped into a wall. I almost bumped into a light post. The only thing I could have do was use my other sense of smell, so I knew when I got to Jongs and I knew when I got to Domino's. But it was hard, and the fact that these people do it every day is amazing. The roads were rough. I had visually impaired. I had somebody that what should I say? He's using a prosthetic, the guy that led me, and he was just complaining that his feet hurt. So I definitely can empathize and understand but it was an experience.
It was an experience.
I tried to open my eyes a few times, but there was nothing to see but darkness. Even when I got here and I took off my blindfold, I was squinting because it was that dark.
So tell us, what propelled you to actually be a part of the exercise?
I wanted to understand what they feel. We always say we empathize,
Right.
but we don't really understand how it is until we're in the position.
Right.
And listen, I don't know how funny I look walking. I don't know how funny my face looks. But the darkness was for real.
So, do you think the perception of viewing persons with disability, you think the walk actually would bring more awareness?
It would bring more awareness to the blind. It would let the authorities know that the roads need to be fixed because the sidewalks are bad and maneuvering with the cane. It's my first time. It was rough for me. So I hope it brings awareness not just to us, the persons that are around that will see a blind person and be like, hurry up, or be disgusted because they're taking their time. They're taking their time for a reason. The roads are rough. There are obstacles in their path, so we need to be more empathetic. And as I said, we need to fix the roads.
Indeed. So, Party, who do you recommend persons coming next year to be a part of the walk?
Even you too.
I will definitely be there.
And Naeem too can join in. So all of us can do it next year.
Indeed.
I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for speaking with us, Corty. And that's all, folks.
That was my experience, and it was indeed a experience indeed. And we were speaking, Mauricia, about the young lady. Yes, we're going to call her the young lady that bumped into the plant. Can you share with us her experience before we continue?
The officer, I think she'll be okay. We call her Miss Andrea Keynes.
Yes.
She's the supervisor for the home care officer. She
Yes.
came here
Yeah, I know
some
her.
weeks ago. Yeah.
I remember her name.
So she would have mentioned that Mr. Bowen she would have helped Mr. Bowen, in the past.
Yeah.
So she wanted, or she had preferred to, be his guide.
Okay.
Or well, let me not say that. They walk together.
Yes.
And so when she was walking from the post office to Domino's Pizza, Domino's has those two big plants outside. Yeah. Even though she was being led or guided, the plant touched her. Well, she bumped into it, and so it scared her because she just, if you don't know what's in front of you, especially when you think that you have it down pat and somebody is guiding you, you still just don't know.
Yes,
and so she was a little emotional afterwards, and basically saying what you're saying, don't take your sight for granted at all.
Yeah, indeed.
So, Deontay and Krani, how long have you each been a member of the St. Kitts Association with Persons with Disabilities?
Go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead, Krani, you could start.
5 to 8 years.
Oh, nice.
Me, I started in 2016, so it was about 7 years.
Okay. So you guys are almost there. So the membership includes a wide range of persons who experience various disabilities. Has interacting with these persons improve, both of you, your outlook on life? Rani?
Yes. Basically, all you have to do is, when you see a person with a disability, you try to assist by asking first.
Yes, if they need help.
And then you render your assistance to them, and you would more have an understanding of how to deal with a person with a disability if you just watch and see how to deal with a person. There is different types, such as blindness, those who in wheelchairs. You will normally look at what they are scared of. So some persons are scared of going forward down a ramp. So you basically look at how you will get them down by pulling them backwards. There are persons that are scared of going fast, so you go at a pace to help them. So basically it's you just normally just adjusting yourself to how they feel or are comfortable of being.
Okay, good stuff. Before we continue with you, Deontay, I want to ask Granny. So if I saw one of you and I just decided to help you, does that come off as offensive, or does that come off as me basically pitying you then?
It don't really comes offensive, but sometimes many persons are better off wanting to try first before you render your assistance. Okay. But if you see somebody who is in need of help, then you will just ask for help.
Oh, okay. If I can help them.
Yes.
Okay. So Deontay, how has your experience been with the others?
Well,
Granny covered it all.
And Granny, can I ask you, it's a bit personal, but your disability is your sight, right?
Yes, I am visually impaired.
Visually impaired. Okay, can you confirm, is it true that someone, once they lost their eyesight, is it true that their sense of smell or their hearing tends to improve?
Yes, you can say.
Okay. Yeah, I heard persons say that once they lost their eyesight, they can hear better, they smell things more and stuff like that. So I guess one loss of sense improves the other.
So Mauricio, overall, what did this, the outcome of the activity, what impact did it have on you?
Well, when myself and Trevia, the program officer for our department, even throughout it, and even when we got back to the office the following week, we realized, okay, now that we are, rendering our assistance in the sense of bringing awareness to persons who are blind or vision impaired, we have to tackle other specific types of disabilities so that we don't miss anyone. Because, persons who use a wheelchair or individuals who are deaf or hard of hearing, we have to specifically help them. So it kind of have to force us to change the way in which we help. Because we can't just, while we can just create activities to help all of them, we still have to look at each disability specifically and see how we can help.
Okay. And Granny, even though you're living with a disability with your sight, I mean, you managed to create crafts. Can you tell us a little bit about making a craft?
I have learned, ever since working at the St. Kitts Association of Persons with Disabilities, I have been taught how to make plastic canvas items, but I'm not fully and also there is right now at this point we are trying to make baskets.
Oh, nice.
So yes,
good stuff. You said you're not there yet, but I fail to believe that, because I saw some of your craft and they were good. They're ready for the market.
What?
I saw some of your work and they're ready for the market, Granny.
All right.
So you have to give yourself the credit. You got this, girl.
Of course.
Probably wonder what you're talking about. I would have showed them something.
Your plastic art.
The key.
The keyring? Yeah.
Oh, the keyring is not really my creative.
Okay.
I have a family member that does them, but I only market them.
Okay. Good stuff. Deontay, you are a stage 4 bone cancer survivor. Take us through that.
Oh, wow. Stage 4. Well, I was training to go to California for tennis. But at the same time, my aunt was going through cancer because she was stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and I think she was going through liver failure as well because her eyes was just yellowish. And the last time I saw her, she looked like she was like 9 months pregnant.
Wow.
So it was really tough, and then just between seven months later, I've been diagnosed with osteosarcoma. So which it hurts my family even more because we lost her that
Yes.
same year I've been diagnosed.
Sympathies.
Yeah, so I used to work. Well, I do work for someone else called. Her name is Dr. Kimberly Stewart.
Okay.
She's the founder of the Sea Turtle Monitor Network.
Yeah.
So when I was working for her, I kind of told her like my knee was hurting and my knee was always like swell up.
Wow.
And sometimes some days is better than some. And with that, she and the Sea Turtle Monitor Network team, they raised some funds for me to go to Barbados to get a visa. But I did get it. So when I got back from Barbados, within that week, I left St. Kitts. So because my cancer was that aggressive and it was like not spread, but it did spread. But it was so aggressive, like I lost weight just like that. And my friends who are in New York, upstate New York, those are the ones who fly me out to New York. But I didn't went to New York for any treatment.
Okay.
It was just to live up my life.
Okay.
And thank God for one of the nurses. They told us that there is some insurance plans that we can try, and we tried it. We got it, and then within 2 months I got my insurance, so I started chemo right away. And I would say because of them, I'm here, and I give God thanks for life, and because without them, I wouldn't have been here. Okay. So there's no words that I can say that to say thanks, because to me thanks is not even enough, because I don't know, it's just I'm so grateful and happy that they give me a second chance.
Okay, I'm happy you got a second chance as well. That's so good. Your story is very inspiring.
It is.
Thank you.
Just keep fighting, keep strong,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you'll overcome it. Well, folks, we want to thank you, Marisha, Deontay, and Granny for coming here and speak with us. And I'm sure the public is fully aware of persons living with disabilities, how to treat them when we see them, give them an assistance. Assist them in whatever way we can.
Remember to ask first, because sometimes they may not need the assistance.
That's
let's
true.
allow them to be independent, as Granny said.
That's true. But I'm sure the walk would have opened much awareness how to treat them and how to deal with persons with disabilities. Stay with us, folks. Much more when we return on GMSKN.
Hello and welcome to your favorite day of the week, Friday. It's Infused Friday, and you've guessed right, we have another marvelous infused water recipe for you today. Strawberry, lemon and green tea infused water. So let me introduce you to the benefits one can expect from this selection. Strawberries. These potent little packages protect your heart, increases HDL, which is good cholesterol, lower blood pressure and guard against cancer. Packed with vitamins, fiber and particularly high levels of antioxidants known as polyphenols. Strawberry Friday. It's Infused Friday, and you've guessed right, we have another marvelous infused water recipe for you today. Strawberry, lemon and green tea infused water. So let me introduce you to the benefits one can expect from this selection. Strawberries. These potent little packages protect your heart, increases HDL, which is good cholesterol, lower blood pressure and guard against cancer. Packed with vitamins, fiber and particularly high levels of antioxidants known as polyphenols. Strawberries are a sodium-free, fat-free, cholesterol-free and low-calorie food. The bottom line is lemons contain a high amount of vitamin C, soluble fiber and plant compounds that give them a number of health benefits. Lemons may aid weight loss and reduce your risk of heart disease, anemia, kidney stones, digestive issues, and cancer. And finally, green tea contains healthy bioactive compounds. These compounds can improve brain function, increase fat burning. The antioxidants may lower the risk of some cancers, contribute to the prevention of type 2 diabetes, and assist in the prevention of cardiovascular disease, also in the protection of the brain from aging and reduce bad breath. Amazing benefits. Let's get infusing. Here are the ingredients. 1 bag of green tea, 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of hot water, 1 lemon halved, juiced and half sliced, a handful of strawberries halved, and ice cubes for serving. Directions. Place tea bag in a cup of hot water, let it steep for 5 minutes, then remove, and let it cool before pouring into a jug or pitcher. Add the remaining ingredients and let it infuse for 30 minutes before serving into a large glass filled with ice. So delightful. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom.
Yo, this is your boy Smiley of the Grandmasters Band, and you're watching GMSKN. Hey, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just make sure you're watching GMSKN. What up?
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. And did someone say fashion? Today's episode of Caribbean Connections takes us to the land of many waters. Indeed, it is Guyana. This morning's guest starts his fashion design career at the age of 16 in 2009 after he won the Fashion, Arts and Creativity 3 contest while attending the prestigious Queen's College. Upon completion of high school, he would have saved enough to rent a space for his design studio. With his high-end couture fashion and exceptional craftsmanship in all forms of customs-made clothing, he has garnered a worldwide clientele. It's our esteemed pleasure to warmly welcome Mr. Randy Madry to GMSKN. Randy, good morning. Welcome to Good Morning SKN.
Welcome, Randy.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Of
This is
course.
quite exciting.
Yeah, our pleasure.
Of course. So, Randy, let's dive right into it. What piqued your interest to be a part of the fashion industry?
So, from a very young age, my family, we lived in a very small house. We had one bedroom where everybody slept in, and that bedroom was bigger than every other part of the house. And I remember we did everything in there together, like watching TV. And I remember every year, as Miss Universe comes around, Miss Universe Guyana, Miss USA, we were always glued to the TV. Myself, my mom, my sister, we were always glued there, and I was always fascinated by the evening gown segment and the national costume and the entire pageantry of it. And so I think that inspired me, and along with a little bit of the artistic traits that have been passed down from generations to generations within my family.
Oh, wow. We know you faced some challenges when you started because I think others had the idea that you should have been something else. How did you manage to get through those challenges? And for persons that are looking that may have no support in an area that they would, or a career path that they will choose in life, what advice do you have for them?
I remember looking at television one day, and I was looking at CNN, and I remember one of the reporters said, "If you do what you love, you never have to work a day," and that resonated with me from a very young age in my high school days. And since day one, you get into high school and you have to stand and say, "Oh, I came to Queen's College," and you have to tell everybody what you came to do and what you want to become. And when I said a fashion designer, everybody laughed and they could not comprehend it. But I knew wholeheartedly that is where my heart is. And so I would encourage everyone to really follow your heart and do what you love. And life is going to fall in place because, you're genuinely being you. And you'll be able to give 150% in whatever you do.
Wow.
And I feel like if you pursue a path that is not for you, you can't give that 150%. So really go after your dreams and fight for it.
Boy, Randy, giving me goosebumps. You're giving me goosebumps right here.
So, Randy, were you self-taught or you went to school for it? And share with us one of the very first pieces that you did.
Yeah, so I mostly self-taught. I would say 90% self-taught. I learned to sew from my grandmother, who was a seamstress. She was A1, and after entering the Fax 3 competition, I gained a lot of mentorship from designer Michelle Cole. And from there, it just became lots of experimenting, walking into boutiques and seeing something I may not have seen before, done before, and looking at it on the wrong side and touching and pulling and tugging. Lots of YouTube, lots of research, lots of spoiling things and doing them over. And I think that's such a genuine way to learn. And it's even a way that gives you the opportunity to learn newer techniques that may not have been discovered. And so I'm very, very grateful for that process.
Good stuff. Let's talk about that brand logo right behind your head. Tell us how or what was the creative process for that logo, Randy Madry. It is memorable, I must say, timeless and appropriate.
Oh, thank you so much. So I'm all smiles because I love the symbol on my logo so much. It's very dear to my heart, and we would have rebranded just about 2 years ago, where we introduced a new logo, and it was created by Sita Sugrim, one of our dear clients. I think she is the utmost, most amazing graphic artist. She does everything graphic for the Randy Madry brand. And I told her I want something chic, I want something couture, but exciting and memorable at the same time. And at first chance, I was like, wow, this is it. This is definitely it.
Nice. I love it.
Indeed. And Randy,
thank you.
You're welcome.
Being in the fashion industry, how do you keep up with the latest trends? Because we know, fashion changes every season. So how do you keep up and how do you manage to stay relevant in the fashion industry?
I love this question because my job, my role as a fashion designer is not necessarily to keep up with trends, but to set trends.
Wow.
I feel like I have a genuine instinct that someone tells me that somewhat tells me, okay, this is what should be in for the new season. I think it really works. Like for some reason, not to toot my own horn, I always have a voice in my head telling me, listen, this is the color for next year. This is what's going to be in for pageantry next year. This is what's going to be in for the Met Gala for next year and the Grammys. And these are the things that are going to be recycled because fashion is a cycle.
Yes,
and
sure is.
you would see that a lot of the things that we would have seen in the past, even before I was born, a lot of those things are coming back, and it goes around and it comes again and it evolves, and it's so exciting. And so I prefer to push the envelope and set trends as opposed to follow them. I think I'm always a risk taker, and it has been very rewarding.
Indeed. So let us talk about the Randy Madre process. So I intend to order a Randy Madre dress. Take us through that process from start to finish.
Okay, so I think St. Kitts and Nevis is no stranger to this.
Nope.
So it's very important that we have a briefing with our client. Ultimately, it's not just to make the client look good, but feel fantastic in whatever they wear from the brand. And so we would listen to you, listen to your briefing, listen to your do's, your don'ts, possibly ask you some personality questions, find out the occasion and so on. And then we move to an illustration where we take all those things into consideration as well as add our expertise to it. And once we present the illustration to the client and the client approves, if not, we tweak where necessary. We jump straight to measurements and production. And the production process is quite exciting. I must say, St. Kitts and Nevis, the pageantry gives me the challenges, but it's quite exciting. I am absolutely bored without challenges. And I've learned so much from there. And so once we would have completed the garments and so on, for international clients, we would usually send like visuals via videos or photography, and we move to, once it's to the client's liking, we move to shipping and then straight to the event.
Nice. Winning the event.
Quite a simple process, but exciting win.
Okay, good
Indeed.
stuff.
And Randy, I'm seeing where some of your pieces, you would do swimwear, you would do carnival pieces, as well as these extravagant gowns. But of all these pieces, which is your favorite to create?
I would definitely, that is hard. So I never had like a huge love for swimwear, but after delving into the world of pageantry, kittish style, the swimwear pageants are quite extravagant there, and I think over the years we've produced some memorable swimwear pieces for the stages down there. Given the concepts by the committee, they're always refreshing and exciting. So I would say those, along with my evening gowns. I mean, those are my babies. I love working with the beaded fabric and the feathers and the couture and the handwork and the detailing. That is so me. Sometimes a client asks me to do something simple, and when I'm finished, yeah, I still like it, but I'm like, this feels weird. Like I don't have any handwork to do. But yeah, definitely the couture, the very detailed things. Those are quite exciting for me.
I see you always like to have a lot of work. So let's talk about some pageant costumes. And I want to particularly talk about the Olai costume. We know that's, how should I say, that's one of our stories in Guyana. I grew up as a kid that this person comes out of their skin, they fold it up, put it in a corner, they go out flying, get some blood from somebody, and then they come back and they put it on once nobody would have touched it. So you actually won a gold medal for that costume. Tell us about making that costume, Randy.
You made that sound so cool.
Thanks.
So funny enough, this costume was designed for Zamira Kippens in 2018 for Miss Earth when she represented Guyana. And I actually had the concept and the idea for this costume, but was not fully settled at the time. Since I was, I think, 19 years old, I have tons of sketches that I always look back to sometimes. If I feel like, listen, I have something in my archives I can pull out for the event. But I wanted to do something so different. I feel like, and I find this not only in Guyana, but I feel like a lot of times when we do costumes, we sell the ecotourism part of things, and we don't delve into the real raw culture that allows us to identify as a cultural nation. And so I wanted to do something exciting, something that everybody can relate to visually and globally. And it paid off. That costume took
it's lovely.
a month and a half to make. 5 people. It's a lots of detailing. And it's actually one of the pieces that I really hold dear to my heart, because apart from winning the gold medal for the national costume segment at Miss Earth, Missology, the international blog, it's the largest pageant blog in the world. When they did their yearly review in 2018, across all the top 5 international pageants, they would usually review the best costumes from those and create like a top 10. And that costume was ranked surprisingly number 1.
Oh, congratulations.
And I remember seeing that. I fell off my chair.
Literally.
When we read that, and it was, yes,
Oh,
literally.
wow.
I was screaming, and I could not believe, but I'm so thankful for it. But that's definitely one of my favorite pieces I've ever done.
Oh man, congratulations, Randy.
Indeed. Well, Randy,
thank you.
We are up on the break, but when we return, you're going to share with us what it felt like to design for the president's wife. Much more when we return on GMSKN.
Wow.
No cash, no card, no problem. Dad, embrace the freedom. Cheers.
An exotic experience.
Let us welcome back Randy Madre as we continue to find out more about him and his prestigious brand. As I was telling him, I'm so proud of him. He has been around for about 3 decades. Yes, I just gave away a little tidbit about him. And he has done so much in such a short time. Randy, you are the go-to designer for so many persons and you are world renowned. Let us talk about the designs you would have done for Miss Aria Ali, the First Lady of Guyana, as well as the President of the Bar Association, Miss Pauline Chase. Let's talk about those two.
So those are two of my most frequent clients. They're absolutely a pleasure to work with. And I always see them as super women, and I'm all for women empowerment. So I get excited when you get to clothe women of that caliber. And apart from, everybody gets to see them in their diplomatic ways and positions, but we have times when we sit and laugh and box ideas around, and it's always a pleasure. I think both of them are total dressers. They go all out. And I really have a good time working for them.
Nice.
They're fun, exciting, and I feel like they can be an inspiration to so many women, and it's truly a pleasure to be part of the process where they get to stand and speak at forums to empower others, to lead and to infiltrate change. And as much as people may not see the importance of garments and clothing, it is very important. It really can command attention and send a strong message. And having that opportunity to be a part of that is quite exciting. I'm fumbling to speak about them because they're so close to my heart. And I hold them in such high esteem, and they're truly inspirations to myself as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Indeed. And Randy, we all know that the CPL cricket is a big thing right here in the Caribbean. And we've seen where you were the 2022 official designer for the Guyana Amazon Warriors. Do you think that anytime soon you would definitely design for us, the St. Kitts Navy Patriots?
I would absolutely love to. I actually did a few years ago. I did the cheerleader outfits down there in St. Kitts. They were hot. They were moving. And I remember my brother watching cricket, and my brother is like, "Oh my God, you made those! I saw them in the studio." It's like, yes.
Oh, that is so
it's quite
sweet.
exciting.
Let's go back to
St.
2021.
Kitts is like my second home. I think I've done
is.
quite a lot down there.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it.
Of course.
And we're grateful for you and all your productions. Let's go back to 2021. We know 2020 is the year that we all want to forget, but I'm sure you were still doing work behind the scenes. But in 2021, you were tasked with the position of being the official designer for the cultural production for Guyana for World Expo in Dubai. Randy, how big is that? How proud were you, and how easy or hard was the process?
Truthfully, let me be very honest. When I was called to the Ministry of Culture, and we had a meeting with such an amazing and diverse creative team of young people who I've known them for quite some time. We never got the opportunity to collaborate and work with them. And when they handed me the task, there was a whole PowerPoint presentation to present to me. I was like, my first response was no. In all honesty, I felt immediately I felt pressured. I was like, oh my God, how am I doing this in this space of time? Oh my God. Anyways, after some convincing and for the conversations, I said, okay, fine, I'll do it. And it was such an amazing process. Like, I've learned so much about musicality and choreography, and it was exciting. I was so proud of Guyana. Like, when I went to the first dress rehearsal and I saw everything come together and everything become practical, from paper to garment to stage. I was like, oh my God, this is what Guyana needs. This is what every country needs. This sort of collaboration within the arts, where we move from a painter to a dancer to a designer to a choreographer to a producer, to artists who are singing, and this is what we need to have happening among all the countries in the Caribbean. Even if we can collaborate across countries and make things like this happen, so the rest of the world can see, listen, this is happening down in the Caribbean too. I think we need to have something happening along that line. But it was such a proud moment.
Oh, I'm proud and happy for you.
Of course, Randy. And for Randy, for those persons who are listening and are fascinated by your work, can you tell us what's next for Randy Madry and how can you be contacted?
All right. So what's next is already happening. I think I can tell St. Kitts is watching. So I would have recently launched the Miss Guyana Culture Pageant, which is franchised from the Miss Caribbean Culture Pageant, which is being held in Nevis in August.
Okay.
And so it's the biggest project I have ever jumped on. Oh my God. And the response is quite amazing. I did not expect the pageant to be this big and this grand and exciting, but I'm pouring my heart and my soul into it, along with an amazing team of professionals, and I'm very excited for that. Our coronation is on the 24th of June, and we're asking everybody to stay tuned. Hopefully we'll be able to go live so that everybody can see what's happening. And of course, our queen will be coming down there in St. Kitts. We would like to bring back our crown. Thank you.
Okay.
Hold up.
Yes, putting it out there. By God's grace. I can be contacted on my social media, Randy Madry on Facebook, and Randy Madry _ the brand on Instagram, and there you can see all the amazing things we've been working on.
Yes.
You can follow the additional projects that fall under the Randy Madry brand, and you can even see all the updates for the pageant and really keep abreast with what's happening, because the fashion for the pageant is going to be lit. So that needs to be, you guys need to really keep abreast of what's happening.
I surely will be keeping abreast. I surely will. Yes. Randy, before we go, I know time flies when we're having fun. What advice would you give to young individuals interested in pursuing a fashion design career? And I was to tell you when you made that comment to folks that laugh at you. Who's laughing now, Randy?
Listen, I am very grateful for where I am, and I always told my close friends and family, one day I need to really, not for the vanity of it, but I really need to tell my story. I really feel it's going to inspire a lot of young people, especially a lot of young men who want to pursue a career in fashion and are faced with stigmas against it in the region and so on. I really think that it's going to do good for us. The one advice I would share is the one I've been sharing for years. And believe it or not, this came from the amazing Kyra, who is Kittitian, who would have hosted Renaissance Red and featured me many years ago in St. Kitts when I launched my Roses collection. And I remember we had a dinner after the show. I think it was the next day. And Kyra said to me, she was saying everything to all the designers, and then it got to me. She was like, "Listen, I'm gonna leave you for last because I have to talk to you especially." She told me, she said, "You're the youngest one here." I think I was like 21, and I will say this to you. You're the most humble person I know, but always remember your worth. And I felt like that resonated with me so well. I feel like in whatever we do and we pursue, it's important to be humble, but at the same time, know our worth. Know that being humble does not mean that we should stoop to whatever level or agree to
Yes.
mediocrity. We need to know our worth, but at the same time, be polite, have humanity, and welcome everyone with open arms and love and compassion. And that I felt like if you check back all my interviews since then, this is what I say for this question all the time because it's so important and dear to me. And I feel like in this particular industry, it's very easy to get carried away with the vain things and the fame and the popularity and the glitz and the glamour. But I'm telling you, the most fulfilling part of it is to maintain your passion for it.
Yes.
And keep that humility.
Indeed. And
Randy.
as Cortensia said, Randy, time really flies when we're having fun. And so we want to thank you so much for joining us on
Thank you for
GMS.
having me.
On
Pleasure.
Caribbean Connection this week, folks. Randy Madrid down there in Guyana.
Yes.
Such a fascinating story. Cortensia.
Yeah, indeed. A fascinating guy. And I'm glad to call him friend. Ooh.
Of course. I am looking forward to wear one of his pieces very soon.
Okay. You go, guy.
Of course. Stay with us, folks. GMSKN returns right after this.
Welcome to another edition of Infused Friday. We have another great infused water recipe for you to try out. Pineapple and sweet red bell pepper. I know what you're thinking, but this will bring a pep in your step. Here are some of the benefits you may experience from this exotic combination. Pineapple juice is rich in a variety of vitamins and minerals. It's especially packed with manganese, copper, vitamin B6 and vitamin C, all of which play important roles in the proper functioning of your body. Red capsicum or red bell pepper contains lycopene and a phytonutrient which helps to keep a healthy heart. It is also a rich source of folate and vitamin B6 along with antioxidants known to protect the body against free radicals. I know you cannot wait to try out this amazing fruit and vegetable infusion. Let's get you started with the following ingredients. You will need 6 pineapple cubes, 6 red capsicum cubes, enough fresh water to fill your jug or bottle. And the directions. Remember to wash your ingredients well. Chop and slice ingredients as necessary. Add to ingredients to a large jug or bottle. Stir ingredients and add fresh water and stir. Let it infuse, settle, and then serve into tall glasses. Can you taste the goodness already? Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Yeah.
An exotic experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. In this segment, as we loosen up, we'll be doing some spring cleaning, but not that kind of spring cleaning. We will be spring cleaning the mind. So the time of normally when we do spring cleaning, that's the time when we throw out everything from our homes, right? But there's one important area of our lives that often gets left behind. And as I mentioned before, that is our mind.
Yep.
Yes. So,
Courtney and I will be discussing how we can
spring clean our minds. So do you
not
know?
Physically spring clean our mind.
We can't get in there.
Indeed.
We can get in there, but it is how we get in there.
That's
so
right.
spring cleaning your mind is similar in practice to spring cleaning your house. Decluttering things that are holding you back, reinventing or refining your values, and then maintaining that sense of mental cleanliness and self-awareness moving forward. Your mind is your home. Get rid of self-criticism through awareness and reframing. One of the biggest things that can clutter our minds and hold us back is negative thoughts about ourselves. And is that true?
Yep. I like that phrase, mental cleanliness. I love that phrase.
What do you understand mental cleanliness to be, Andre?
I mean, if you tell yourself that, yes, I got this, I can do it, and stuff like that, I mean, that's speaking positivity over your life. But if you're going to be there shy and timid and, oh no, that's not for me, you're doubting yourself, then that's...
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, sounds fair enough.
You have to speak positivity over your mind.
We have to speak positivity.
What the mind conceives.
How do you like it when we sit down there though, right? And we're thinking about a whole scenario. And that's not the case when the eventual thing or event unfolds. What do you say to yourself when that happens? You get the drift?
What do I say to myself? Trust me. This happens quite a lot. It does.
You want to share most recent experience, or you wish not to?
Trust me, I wish not to. This can't be aired at all. But
oh my God.
I figured, I mean, if you analyze yourself and you tell yourself that you were quote unquote born for this, then eventually you will overcome, I mean, those type of fears or those things that will set you back.
Yeah. This morning, funny enough, I listened to motivational things before the morning starts. And I heard the speaker said that Billy Graham said that 75% of patients in the hospitals would be made whole if they only forgive. Negative emotions normally manifest as sickness. He also went on to mention the good book, so Proverbs 14 and 30, and it says, a heart at peace gives life to the body, but envy rots the bones. So do you see why we need to declutter the mind? And
indeed,
the mind and the heart works in tandem. So once our mind is good, because once our heart is good, then our mind is good, because they say whatever we speak comes from the heart. So we really have to do the necessary cleaning.
How about compliment yourself more?
Yeah, we need to.
Yep. When you compliment yourself, you make yourself feel better.
Because we're hard on ourselves. We are our hardest critics.
Yep.
But where do we learn to be such critics, though, Andre? What do you think?
Our environment.
How we were bringing up that is so true. And I picked up something from explorable.com that says there are two types of self-criticism: comparative and internalized. Comparative self-criticism has an effect on one's perception of oneself. Internalized self-criticism may tend to be even harsher than criticism from others.
Wow.
So they say, and as you said, self-criticism, this one comes from psychologytoday.com. Self-criticism likely originates from our early relationships with caregivers and peers. For example, children whose parents are more controlling and less affectionate grow up to be more self-critical adults. Also, those who have been abused tend to be much more self-critical than those who have not.
Fascinating.
So you are correct. Our upbringing has a lot to do with how we criticize and how critical we are about ourselves.
Of course. I mean, your brain is your home.
Yeah.
Your brain is your home,
It
and
sure is.
one must declutter the mind from negative thoughts. Like as I said before, speak positively
Things
over
about yourself. Yeah.
I mean, if you say it, look at yourself as a failure. I mean, say for example, you entered a competition and you failed. Instead of beating up yourself and say, "Oh, I'm a failure," blah blah blah, just tell yourself, it was a learning experience.
I like that.
It was a learning experience, and you know, just speak positive and just move forward from there. Instead of doubting yourself next and see yourself as a failure, just speak positively over yourself.
And counseling.uoregon.edu says, be honest, as you rightfully said, with yourself about your mistakes, but don't get stuck in feeling shameful and remunerating about being a failure. Instead of self-criticism, engage in self-correction by asking yourself, what can you learn from or do about your past mistake right now? So don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on it. I see there is a point that says reconnecting with your values. How do we connect with our How do we reconnect with our values, Andre?
I mean, we were taught certain values from a tender age, and as we grow, I think, as become an adult, persons tend to think, oh, you can't tell me this or you can't tell me that, but we should always remember those values that were instilled onto us, and so we must. I mean, all of us went to church, and I'm sure we were.
I like that. You said all of us.
Yes, we were taught certain things from a tender age, and as we evolve and as we grow, and we think we outgrew them. I mean, how about revisiting them?
Yeah, indeed. And I got this one from reviveprescribe.com. It says, start living in alignment with your values, as Andre would have said. Reconnect. Let go of behaviors that don't feel good to you, and instead emphasize and focus on the behaviors that do, because true wellness is found when you are being your true self and being true to yourself.
There you go. Have to be true to yourself.
Indeed.
How about use tools to maintain your new habits?
What type of tools, though?
That's it.
Tell me. Gentlemen first this morning.
Use tools to maintain your new habits. How about reading certain books that's are positive, as you like to quote from the Bible. The Bible teaches you so much things. It is the book of hope, the book of enlightenment. Trust me, whatever you're going through when you read the Bible,
it sorts you out.
It does. It makes you feel better. And I'm not saying that because we're quote unquote a Christian country, but I think the Bible is just the most fascinating books,
filled with so many stories that we can all learn from. And I got a next one for you, Andre, and for our listening audience. BetterUp.com. Make new habits part of your schedule. It can be easy for new positive habits to fall by the wayside when you do them regularly. Because we know, let's say we're doing this we're eating clean. Then eventually we're like, oh, this food too dry, man. Going back to eating your bad food, and you know the bad food not good, Or we begin to exercise. And then what do we do, Andre? By March,
can't be bothered.
We can't be bothered. But we have to maintain the habits so that our mind can be clear. Because you see, when we exercise and we feel good about our appearance, it shows on the outside.
It does.
When we eat great and people say, oh, your skin look this. Oh Lord, my food work. Can it work? And you feel good. So you have to maintain the habits. If you know you journal, maintain journaling. If you know you meditate, maintain meditating. If you know, myself and Andre, we go down by, what is it called? Somewhere, and we have a drink every Friday. Just one drink, and just unwind and we have a conversation. Let's try to maintain that friendship, because every relationship has to be maintained. Every single one. It doesn't have to be one between a male and a female. Friendships, relationships with your parents, relationships with your cousins, your aunties, your uncles, they all need to be maintained. So we have to take time. And you know what else we can do? We keep, every time the negativity come up, we challenge it. We don't allow it to bring us down.
Challenge those negativity indeed. As I said, if you enter a competition and you fail, don't beat yourself up. Just see it as a learning curve. And just up yourself from there.
Take yourself from there.
Several times persons would have failed by attempting something for the first time. And instead of trying again, they would doubt themselves and say, oh, I feel this is not for me. But I mean, when you say those things to yourself, you're actually burdening yourself of not achieving more.
Oh, geez. Tell me about it. So we have to maintain our new habits. So
Indeed.
before we go, I think I have a little bit of tip.
Sure.
A bit of a tip for all of us. So it comes from mindsmattersmagazine.com. And it says, notice when you're having self-critical thoughts, accept these thoughts. So that's the first thing we have to do. As we spoke yesterday on bravery. If we know we're not brave, we're going to say, okay, I'm afraid of the water, but I'm going to try. Yeah. Let go of comparison. So I can't compare myself to Andre, nor can he compare himself to me.
Definitely not.
Andre may be the better cook, but I can learn something from him. I can't be like trying to fight down Andre all the time.
She's admits.
Y'all, I never tasted his food yet, but you see, I'm giving him his flowers. And remember that not everything is about you. Forgive yourselves for decisions you've made. Guys, we can't go back. I know most of us wish we can go back and undo what we did, but we can't. We just have to learn from it. We make the mistake and then we learn the lesson. That's how life happens. And as I said, the last one says, accept yourself for who you are. Look at you finishing my look at you finishing my sentences.
Since I've been doing that, I feel so good within myself.
And that's what we have to do. Because we can't be anybody else.
We can't be anybody else. Accept yourself for who you are. If you were born with one hand, if you were born with 1 feet, accept the fact that you have 1 foot and 1 hand and just move along.
Yes, indeed.
Accept yourself for who you are.
Indeed. Oh, this was such an insightful one.
It was.
So instead of being hard on yourself, guys, go be gentle. Extend the same grace you would extend to someone else to yourself. And remember, it's not always about you. So let's be kind and share.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
And with that said, stay tuned. We'll be back in a flash.
It's Infused Friday. Welcome to today's recipe. But before we get into that, let me give you some information about the benefits of H2O. Infused water adds more to your H2O. It not only gives you the same refreshed feeling that water does, but it adds flavor and nutritional benefits. Adding different combinations of herbs, fruits, and spices to your water can lead to endless combinations that are not only delicious, but extremely good for you. Helping to control bloating, because many women suffer from bloating due to excess salt or hormonal fluctuation. Water-rich foods such as lemon and cucumber can help control this problem. How does this link into relaxation? Well, if you infuse your drink with herbs that are linked to relaxation, such as sage, this often helps. What are the benefits of anti-aging? Well, if you add dark berries and pomegranate seeds, which are rich in antioxidants, this can help protect against the effects of aging. Let's talk about metabolism. Many fruits can boost your metabolism and help with weight loss, so be sure to add in your raspberries, strawberries, tangerines, and any other delicious fruit. Now, let's move on to the recipe for this Friday, which is watermelon and lemon mint. Ingredients: 1 small cup of watermelon pieces, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mints. Now for the directions, very simple. You just need a pitcher and add 1 small cup of watermelon sliced, 1 large lemon sliced, and a handful of fresh mint. Muddle ingredients and fill pitcher with ice water, and you're good to go. Add more to your H2O. Check out the Facebook page every Friday for refreshing infused water recipes.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN. And folks, we had a wonderful segment this morning. Today's show was super.
It was really Friday, y'all. It was really Friday. We touched on everything.
Yep. But Courtney, how was the week for you? What are some of the memorable interviews for this week?
Chocolate Factory.
Indeed.
Because I like chocolate. No offense. All of them were memorable, but Chocolate Factory. And I enjoyed the sweet potato. Mr. Morton, I ate your sweet potato. I'm still eating it because I did it in 3 parts. So I'm going to eat the last of today with the rest of my quinoa and my, my chickpeas. Oh my God. You got to taste it.
And you didn't get to try the cognac. The cognac was so good.
Who said I didn't?
There you go.
Who said I did?
Well, my highlight for this week was definitely the interview with Trevain Reed, aka Cutie. Shell that interview.
And
faculty's manager. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Because he would have represented a vast majority of persons in St. Kitts.
Yes, indeed. And that is good. And I enjoyed Miss Auden. She's ready. She's ready for whatever post. She says she's going for the post of Prime Minister. So she is definitely ready. I enjoyed the experience. And I love how Cranny was so proud of herself for her first interview. Oh, Cranny, I got your back, girl. Come back anytime.
She was awesome. And how can we forget Miss Vinell over there in Nevis?
Man,
pianist.
the sunshine of the week.
She brightens
the
our
sunshine
day.
of the week. And Deontay, we're happy that you're a cancer survivor. Thank you for being my guide. I couldn't do it without you. And he was so kind. I almost ran into a car and he was like, there's a car there. He said, feel the car. So I felt the car, and then he says, walking and be like, don't touch it too hard because we don't know if you have on an alarm. And he was so sweet. And as we mentioned the roads, let me tell you, maneuvering with the cane, sometimes the cane was like sticking in the gravel. So we really need to look out for these folks. And how about a fashion designer for today? Randy, thank you so much for taking time out. We know you're a busy guy.
Randy is definitely a showstopper.
Indeed,
it's a long weekend, Courtney.
Long one.
It's a holiday weekend, rather. The 29th, with Monday.
Yeah. What you doing? You going to the beach?
Definitely going to the beach. I'm going to pamper myself and definitely have a drink.
I don't want you to go to the beach and walk on the beach, I want you to
will
go
be
to the
staying
beach.
right there on the sand.
Even if you have to put on an LG and take a little plunge.
Give me a noodle and a life jacket.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
All right.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today. Don't forget to tune in daily, where you'll find a little bit of everything for everyone. Get your friends and families to watch. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube at Studio327 Inc. and Instagram at Good Morning SKN. Remember to like, subscribe, follow, and share. Also, check out our website at studio327inc.com to learn more about GMSKN and Studio 327.
And leave us a comment and let us know what was your favorite part of today's show. And see you on Monday. No. See you on Tuesday at 8 a.m. when you wake up bright and early. Remember, tell your bosses to turn on their television at work. You turn on your device, even if you have to sneak away to the bathroom for 10 minutes. Yeah, and just watch us. For those of you in St. Martin that are watching us as well, share with your family and your friends in the diaspora. Those of you in Guyana, those of you in Bahamas, we appreciate you so much. Continue to like, subscribe, and share.
Indeed.
That's how we will get out there. We are grateful. We are thankful. Thank you. Andre,
we're about to say our jingle.
So long. Farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again on Tuesday. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great Friday. And remember, have a good day. But if you cannot have a great one, according to Tabitha Brown, do not go messing up nobody else's. Lead, follow, or if you can't do either of the two, what do they say, Andre?
Don't mess up nobody.
Get out the way.
That's it. Have a wonderful week Monday, folks. Happy weekend. See y'all on Tuesday.
Yeah, bye.